Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Summit Overwatch Cup Week 2. I'm SolidJake here with TSquared, and we are going into the winners round 2 matches.
Yeah, one heck of a series that we just saw. And if you guys if you guys are just joining us, we do have C9 going up against SodiPop. If you didn't know, C9 did take down Elevate, who we just saw was eliminated by Liquid, and then SodiPop did take down Liquid as well. So SodiPop looking really strong. I would say, the underdogs so far in the top side of the bracket here, going against potentially, what a lot of people would argue is the best team here in this tournament so far after TSM and Envy did qualify in the first cup.
Yeah, I mean, C9 definitely one of the fan favorites as well. I mean, a lot of these guys are seasoned players for sure. And it looks like they actually just completed the map draft. So we know Hollywood, Lijiang Tower, and Nepal will be the 3 maps eligible here for this series. And it sounds like Hollywood is being hovered as the first map. Yeah, sweet. So C9 picks Hollywood.
All right, looking forward to see how they play. Looking forward to see how they play this one. So, when we were looking at the teams before, I think the really big standouts, obviously, Sureforce switching it up and playing that May. We weren't expecting that by any way, shape, or form. And then Grim Reality's McCree really stuck out to me. I think that we saw him maybe, have the one up on AZK in that series beforehand when they took down Liquid. So if he continues to perform like he did on McCree, who I think that me and you both can agree that he's one of the stronger offensive heroes right now, definitely in this meta. So curious to see if he's going to stick with that, because I don't think there's any reason to change.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, McCree is just a god. We'll see him 100% pick basically on every team, offense or defense, in every scenario in today's event. What I'm curious is Sureforce going to bust out that May once again? Because he had some excellent May play earlier in today, and they are on the defense, so it is a viable option, but looks like he's sitting on that Tracer. We'll see. He'll just want to disappoint me. Kai on Symmetra could be interesting, though.
Yeah, I want to see if he sticks with that Symmetra. I definitely think Symmetra is a viable option here, and I don't think, that you would want to switch at this point, especially if you are playing Symmetra, probably the most important hero to get into position and set up. So, personally, as someone that has been playing a little bit more Symmetra, especially on defense, curious to see exactly where he is going to place his sentry turrets. So, looks like he has one underneath this awning. Looks like a really cheeky spot. So, definitely going to have to take that one from him and take a little page out of his book. But overall, I really like this pick, because if you can get that teleporter going, it's so hard, to stop that, and you just don't expect it.
It's true. And, based on his turret placement, he's going to build a lot of meter very quickly. He's trying to get one under the car right now.
Like that placement, too.
Just right in front of it. So, yeah, that'll help him get a quick teleporter. He's got one more sentry he can put down. Not putting any in the bushes, all forward turrets, just to build up that meter quickly. On the offense side, they locked in for the Winston and the Diva. Very divey style composition available.
Yeah, I really like these turret placements. Curious to see how fast he's going to be able to get that portal up. But overall, taking a look at the composition for the other side, I really like this Genji pick too from Agilities. Remember how strong he was on that. So let's see if he can get into the back line.
Wow, immediately we see a lot of damage on Nomi. Manages to get the heals in time, though, and it looks like SodiPop mounting themselves on the point. C9 still has a few tricks up their sleeve to try to fight back here, but they're being very hesitant now. Reaver being engaged upon the Rosetta flashbang to force Nomi down, but C9 needs to get on the point very quickly to bet. Does drop down here. We do see Winston go into town. Winston will be picked off. Hype is still standing in that mech, and mech now being lost, and C9, who almost lost the point, will be able to hold on.
Yeah, impressive hold by C9. Eventually Agilities has to back off. They do have the sound barrier up. Genji does have his all available as well. So they're definitely going to have to use these together in unison. Curious to see what Kai is going to do with the portal, exactly where he's going to place it. He's placing some more sentry turrets down and trying to block down this back wall.
Yeah, right now it's all about SodiPop trying to get this fight before the portal is summoned. They know that is key. The portal now being available, Kai dies, and it looks like SodiPop with Nomi in the front should be able to take this. They're very close. C9 holding on to the best of their ability. Debet stepping on in all by himself, but knocked back and taken out. The Symmetra was a gamble. They went for it, but it did not pay off.
What a push from SodiPop. That's what we were talking about. The sound barrier, Jaren, Agilities working together in unison, using their team comp compositions pretty flawlessly, and that's the most frustrating thing for a Symmetra player is you get your portal up, and right when you get your portal up, everybody dies and the portal gets destroyed. So, you know, not good for C9 fans, but overall, I'm pretty impressed with how SodiPop was able to push in there.
Alrighty, immediately SodiPop trying to reclaim this rooftop here in the top. Hype does have that self-destruct available, but we see Winston going to town in the back. Hype was looking for him. We do see the D.Va on the side of C9 now losing her mech, so Kai going to be a little bit vulnerable and will be the first one to fall. Just as that happens, Grego pops his sound barrier to try to sustain for everyone, and the self-destruct picking up some kills, but sure for the one picking up most of the kills with a nice Death Blossom.
Yeah, that wasn't looking too good for C9, and then all of a sudden Surefour coming through and just laying down the damage. I don't even think he had to use the Death Blossom.
Oh, you're right.
77%. So
I just
he was
assumed.
yeah, he was just laying down some serious fire. You know, typically you just, you know, press Q and then just pretty much over from there. But the thing is that is only 20% away from being a Death Blossom. So imagine if he's able to get 3 kills there, he's going to be able to do some serious work, and they have really good positioning at the same time.
Yeah, they have the high ground advantage. You see, they're trying to break that, but Nomi has swapped over to Reinhardt, so they no longer have the same kind of dive as the Winston provided. Hype going deep right now, but Debet chasing them into their hallway on that Winston. So really good hold here from C9. The payload made some good early push, but honestly, ever since they got to that rooftop fight, C9's just been holding strong.
It's going to be really tough for them. I know that they do have 2 ultimates available, but we've seen this Reaper McCree combo be so deadly, and I think it's definitely going to be, you know, a huge part of the upcoming meta. I think that's where we're going to see a lot of the offensive players go. And there you go, people. Kai just fantastic job, Surefour as well. So you know, it's going to be so difficult unless they can maybe get 3 or 4 ults for the side of SodiPop to be able to take this back. The positioning is so good, and this is what Cloud9 really excels in, is just setting up patiently and waiting for you to come to them.
Man, self-destruct is just so scary now, though. I mean, he just threw that from downtown, picked up the double kill. He did spend his ultimate to do that, but he bought a lot of time for C9. 3 minutes left for this checkpoint for the pushing side of SodiPop. Nomi launching himself into the skies, trying to stay alive, but you see Debet following. He has a mustache. He can hunt down any ape in the sky.
Yeah, again, I think that this is going to be the one most important push here coming up for SodiPop. They do have 4 ults, and as I was saying, they need 3 or 4 if they want to take this back. C9 is still building theirs up too, so this is probably the best chance that they have to push this payload. However, good time so far for defense on C9.
Yeah, but Grim Realities has that ultimate, and as does Agilities. It's going to be on those two to make the plays happen here for SodiPop, and they're looking. Winston getting very low here. Debet does have that ultimate, but not able to cast it in time. Agilities picking up a nice kill here. Now getting Surefour as well. Dragonblade still at the ready. Grim Realities does have the Deadeye as well. So finally, SodiPop getting some ground coverage. We do see the Transcendence used there on the side of Cloud9 to try to hold through this, but they'll just wait that out. Now the Dragonblade is just open to go to town, looking for McCree. No flashbang available. Reaver ends up falling. Now Winston in the back, who has the Primal Rage. Is that even enough to stall this out? Jumps on in, does some good damage to Agilities, but it looks like Agilities is standing strong, and the push continues on here for SodiPop.
Yeah, like I was saying, that was their opportunity to push, and they executed that really well. Agility's getting into the back line. He's on fire, so 3 players on fire for the side of SodiPop. Curious to see where Cloud9's going to elect to try to set up here. Obviously going to be able to get this one to the checkpoint, so, you know, it's not looking too bad. Grego does have his sound barrier. There's the Deadeye. Isn't going to be able to really connect with anybody, so Agility's just, you know, pushing in and just being super aggressive.
Yeah, Reaver gets the 1 kill, but I don't know if that's enough to stop this. And yes, the payload does make it to the checkpoint. Debet did pop that Primal Rage, but not really able to get the value he's looking for. So now he has fallen. Does C9 make any composition changes? This last hallway, it could be better for a Reinhardt in a lot of scenarios. I could see Debet swapping to that. We'll just have to wait and see.
Looks like he is staying on the Winston at only 10% at the same time too, so definitely feeling confident on that. Overall, I think this has been a pretty good defense coming out from C9, especially when they were on the rooftop here, but I would definitely expect to see some sort of team change. Grim Reality getting Reaver, that's a huge kill, picking off that McCree that had the Deadeye.
Very good for him to be able to get that so early in the fight. Winston going deep, has the Primal Rage, but there is a Discord on him. We do see the Tranquility Transcendence, excuse me, keeping all the heals up there for SodiPop to keep the push on in, but the self-destruct coming down as it expires, looking for the kill. Sure4 gets hyped, the self-destruct not getting what they want, and Kakai immediately losing his mech and getting forced into an awkward position from that boop of Lucio. This is a good push here on the side of SodiPop. I'm really happy with that engagement for them.
Yeah, SodiPop's playing this extremely well. They do have 3 ultimates available. All of those people are alive as well. 4 players on fire, so they should be able to continue to push that one. There goes the Deadeye. Again, it's just agilities and Grim Reality working so well together, laying down the damage, just getting on the back line, opening up the angles for Grim Reality, and he just has to be such an annoying Genji to play against.
That Transcendence to sit on the payload and just wait to patiently die could be very costly here. So Adam tries that out. Winston with the Primal Rage, but of course the Discord Orb on it makes this tough. The self-destruct goes out trying to buy some time. Hype can get back into his mech, stalling as long as possible, and it looks like C9 might have bought enough time for themselves. Adam back in action, forcing everyone on SodiPop back on in, and only 1 minute and 30 seconds remain on the clock.
Yeah, this should be a fairly even fight when you take a look at the ultimates that are available. Again, you know, C9 staying really confident in their team composition. Both teams staying really confident in their team composition. I think it's going to be up to Hype here to get a really good Transcendence down.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for him on that, but there's also Grim Reality needs to get a big Deadeye. He's looking for it. He can just get the headshot. If he can take out Adam before Adam can build up enough meter to have that defensive Transcendence, that could be critical for him in this moment.
Yeah, and there goes the Primal Rage. That one's popped, so a little bit of aggressive play coming out from Nami. This is going to be the push. There goes the Tranquility. So everyone for the side of C9 does have their ults available. They are using them, so Sure4 getting 2 kills. Grim Reality does take him down, so looking pretty good here for the side of C9.
That seemed like a little bit of a preemptive Transcendence on the side of Hype, which just allowed Sure4 to walk in with that Death Blossom and do a ton of damage. And then you saw that Grim Reality went for his Deadeye at an angle in which he wasn't going to find anyone on the side of C9. So unfortunately, that push that they attempted with that early Transcendence did not work out at all. Yeah,
I think that they may have, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess, you know, they were a little distraught and thought that they had to go and push, and that their
desperation,
desperation. But here's the thing: is this is the desperation push. So if they had that Transcendence right now, that'd be huge. There goes the sound barrier.
Not going to get anyone the Transcendence used there. This time on the side of Adam, topping everyone off. Nomi losing all of the shielding provided there from Lucio very quickly, and Hype loses his mech. They still have an option to push on in here. Debet in the back with that Primal Rage should be expiring any moment from now, but they're holding on. C9 still at full health. Reaver very close on the ultimate, so is Sure4. Sure4 in the back, as you mentioned, picks up the triple kill. Hasn't even used Death Blossom yet.
Wow. Sure4, definitely the MVP of that round, just going off. And like you said, he didn't even have to use his ult. How many times does this guy continue to just impress without having to use his Death Blossom? So fantastic job by C9. You know, they were looking really good. SodiPop got that first checkpoint. They were looking really strong. C9 slowly just chipping away though on defense and able to eventually hold.
Well, very solid first round there. A good defense there on the side of C9. They just have to get past that marker, basically complete the map, and they will earn themselves the victory here in game number 1. For the defense, though, Agility is currently hovering that Symmetra, so it might be going for a similar style to C9. We didn't end up seeing that teleporter come into play for Cloud9 on the first point, but maybe they're still confident to be able to do so.
It was a little slow, you know, getting that teleporter up. I didn't really, you know, it stinks when all of your turrets get taken out, your sentry turrets get taken out, and you're put in a position where you're, you know, you're just stuck left clicking and right clicking. You know, there's not really much that you can do after you've already used your shields and things like that too. So, you know, again, the last thing that you want to have happen is, you know, dying and not being able to get that teleporter up, because that's pretty much the main thing, you know, for Symmetra. Also, you know, where is that teleporter going to be placed? It has to be placed in a really good area where you don't just continuously come out and continue to get spawn trapped. So I think the placement of the sentry turrets are going to be really important here. You want to try to maybe get it, I would say, twice as fast as we saw Cloud9 build their teleporter up.
Yeah, well, the other big benefit for them is they're actually running triple support. Usually when you see a Symmetra, you tend to drop either your Lucio or your Zenyatta in this situation. Right. They're just going for the solo tank instead. Right. To try to compensate for that, they're getting a bit more control with Junkrat, being able to have those traps, being able to throw those mines out and just cause some disruption. Right. It's quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Junkrat pick is really good too because you can just continue to spam these grenades, which is going to buy time. Also, you have the Reinhardt too with the shield. So let's see where they push in. We can also see where these turrets are placed here. So here comes the first initial push coming out from Cloud9.
Yeah, all right. C9 trying to go around the back. Just going to try to line of sight the Discord orb, wait for a moment, and then re-engage. Looks like D.Va's going high. Does have that defense matrix. And then they're going in hard. Winston dives
Nice
right into the thick of things. We do see Surefour in the back there on the Reaper. Has to retreat, and the dive goes in from the Reinhardt, but not connecting on anyone. C9 has the superior position already. Like Kai has lost his mech and needs to be careful here as the fire strike goes right through him, nearly taking him out. Right now, Debet in the front looking at Nomi being able to zap right through the shield. But Grim Reality is starting to pick up some nice damage in the backside. He's in the house trying to pick up some kills himself, but he's going to be the one that falls, and C9 has broken the defense of SodiPop.
That's just not going to be enough because once all of your sentry turrets are gone, you know, Agility's such a skilled player there. You know, he's just expecting, you know, automatically the turrets to do all of his damage. So once your sentry turrets get taken out, you're pretty much useless. So glad to see him switching over to this Reaper here. And you know, Cloud9 just doing a really good job of faking like they were going around the back, as you were saying, and then just double back right when everyone's pushing through the gut, right up the choke point, and just catching everybody from SodiPop off guard.
Yeah, I love how Liquid, or excuse me, like how C9 immediately just went and took the high ground, but unfortunately, even though they had Reaver up there, he's the one that gets picked off. So nicely done there from Grim Reality. Transcendence used from Adam. Again, they're fighting without their McCree, but Surefour picking up a beautiful Death Blossom. Nomi charging him into the wall. Surefour still standing, and Debet coming back to pick up the support there on the Winston, taking out the Reinhardt. Beautifully done there from Cloud9.
Yeah, Surefour just looking so good on this Reaper. Is going to reposition back up to the roof, and his teammates are doing a really great job of distracting for him so he can open up the lines of flanking, and he can just pretty much do whatever he wants. So, you know, looked really great in the previous round and continuing to do so far.
So obviously we have no more Symmetra Nomi on that Reinhardt right now. Winston's going to town in the back, but does end up losing his life while in that primal rage. But they managed to take out the Reinhardt. So the sound barrier being cast here for Cloud9, trying to get to this next checkpoint. And C9 is making wonderful time so far.
Yeah, and keep in mind, if they finish this map, then they're going to take it because they did hold on defense. So, you know, they haven't showed any signs for SodiPop to hold up on defense here, and it doesn't seem like they are going to switch it up when it comes to the team composition either. So they are confident. They do have ultimates on their side. So let's see if they can do what Cloud9 did to them and hold on this last checkpoint.
Well, the pressure is on. Surefour taking a good bit of damage. Wraith walking back to safety, but has almost enough for that Death Blossom once more. We do have the hard engage of Kai with his self-destruct, and Surefour now going up to the top level, looking to find a flank, but he will be greeted by a Reaper and a D.Va, and if he's not careful, this could be dicey, but he actually has his McCree up here with him, looking to make the plays happen. Now dropping down deep into the enemy lines, looking immediately at Agility, finds the kill with the bet going in on Winston. Transcendence a little bit too late here for the defense, and Surefour has that Death Blossom at the ready. As soon as the Transcendence falls, we do see the big damage coming out. Adam trying to fly in here to keep Surefour up, but a little bit late with that, but it doesn't matter. C9 takes the map.
Yeah, just a really nice job again. Reaver, Surefour working together, and Surefour just doing such work on this Reaper, ended up bullying out Agilities, getting top control, and then just dropped right down onto the payload and finished that one off.
Oh, I love that intro. So Debet gets the play of the game by holding left click, launching himself onto a Zenyatta, and then finding everyone here in the storage room. Well played.
Very well played. And there you can see Surefour, 37 eliminations, 61% kill participation. And then you have Adam over there with 27 defensive assists. So, you know, SodiPop looking pretty good on offense, but not so much on defense. Cloud9, they're so aggressive that payload probably just, you know, fits their play style perfectly.
Yeah. Well, you know, they definitely look confident in Hollywood. That was game number 1 here in round 2 of the winners bracket. And C9 bringing the pressure to SodiPop. SodiPop looks like they'll be facing off for C9 on Nepal here for the second map. So King of the Hill coming into action.
Yeah, and again, you know, continue to talk about just how aggressive C9 is, and that's why I can't state it enough that the beginning of this game for SodiPop is so important. You can't just give C9 the first point and just let them continue to set up and just continue to spawn trap you. That's what they specialize in, but however, they're not used to really coming from behind. So it's all about these initial beginning strategies. Again, making sure that you're not giving up any silly deaths, and just continuing to just kind of slow play until you see your opportunity.
Yeah, they're going to have to wait for those moments. We are loading on into Nepal, ladies and gentlemen, with C9 up 1-0 versus SodiPop. Compositionally, we've seen some interesting things. That last comp from SodiPop trying to make the Junkrat work with Symmetra, the solo tank. It was interesting. It didn't quite work. I'm interested to see what they do here, though. I think it's hyped that really likes to try to play Junkrat, but right now he's sitting on the Zarya, so I think I definitely prefer that.
Yeah, I don't think that they would need an additional damage dealer at this point. I believe, is this the map that we saw Surefour play May on? I believe that it is. So curious to see what he's going to do. He is locked on Tracer here, but very well could change. So overall, I think they're looking fairly well team composition wise, and there it is. Switches on over to the May. So again, played this very well. The Blizzard, really great for AoE, almost takes up the entire point there. So again, if you get this first point, you're just such a nuisance because you can just get to that choke point right where the spawns are, and there's pretty much nothing that you can do at that point.
Alrighty, well, going in with the Zarya Winston, and then just the Zarya Diva on the side of SodiPop. Ice Wall just splitting the team in half. Agility does manage to retreat, but Adam goes down on the side of C9, so a good start here, but Diva has already lost her mech there on the side for Nomi.
Yeah, looking pretty good here, but the bet does go down. So, constant back and forth here, and nobody really getting the clear advantage here. But that is going to be C9 now pushing onto the point. They do get it. So now everybody on the, that is going to be. Sorry, apologies about that. That is going to be Sodi getting the advantage. So, Agility's back onto this Genji, Grim Reality back onto this for free. Everyone going with their comfort picks here.
So I'm loving what C9's doing with that ice wall, just giving them the, forward position on the bridge very safely. And just when they do that, they kind of feign an attack, slip on in, and steal the point from SodiPop. Really cool move from them right there. Having all these mobile heroes, Lucio actually skirting up the wall away from Nomi and actually dropping a nice sound barrier. But is it enough for SodiPop to actually contest this? Grim Reality will end up falling early in the fight. Nomi is going to go down, and C9 will be holding the point, taking the lead here.
Like you said, just very sneaky, and that's the thing that Cloud9 does that other teams don't expect. They immediately just push out. They just, as your first person dead, they usually just charge right out, and everyone kind of seems to fall into place. So, you got to be ready for Cloud9, and as you can see, Cloud9 immediately collapses on your spawns, and that's what other teams need to take, a page out of their book and just start doing what Cloud9 is doing to them.
They have, so many just strategized things they do with May. Right now, the sound barrier being used here from Grego to top off everyone on the side of C9. Nomi has lost his mech and Transcendence. Cast on the side of SodiPop to enable him to get in there. Grim Reality does have a Deadeye available. Can he find it as we do have this big, everyone being pulled into the Graviton Surge? Just too much pressure for the Winston, but no debate gets picked off. He's backing up, grabbing the health pack, and still has Deadeye. They don't even need it.
Wow, SodiPop, you can hear the chants coming. No, you really can't, but SodiPop looking so impressive. I mean, that's what I was talking about, C9, that's just what they specialize in. Maybe SodiPop found a way to counter them.
Yeah, looking good, finding some confidence there. Once again, SodiPop not on the point, though. They need to get there quickly. Diva throwing her mech forward with the self-destruct. It will not connect on anyone, but it at least forces Cloud9 back. The bet win around the top side, dropped on in. They're holding on to this at about 90%, and they do manage to utilize the Transcendence to steal the point away from SodiPop.
Back and forth, just trading the point over and over. I'm shocked that SodiPop didn't realize C9's just going to charge right back out again, and that's exactly what they did. So that really good push that they originally had really doesn't mean much at this point, because I doubt C9's going to make the same mistakes as before.
Yeah, and C9 already up to 77% here in the first round. Surefour with a Blizzard at the ready, and that is a great snap response to anyone trying to dive the point. So this gives C9 the ability to kind of just play patiently. They don't need to charge into that room. They want to group up as 6. They have the defensive ultimates available, and they just want to finish this off. So 92% picked up the engage coming in here on the side of SodiPop. Blizzard in response being thrown out there, but not actually connecting on anyone. A little bit too far away from May. Nobody's gotten into the backline, but lost his mech, but it's enough of a distraction for SodiPop to grab the point.
Yeah, interesting placement of that Blizzard from Surefour. It wasn't on his screen, so I'm not sure what exactly happened, but overall, really nice job of coming back. But however, look at C9 again. Every time that SodiPop gets it, they just come right back. Really, really nice Graviton Surge. Let's see if they can finish it off. Oh, they can. Wow, agility is going in with the Death Blossom. Impressive play, counterplay coming out from SodiPop.
Yeah, Grego was a little bit late there with the sound barrier, and then we saw that classic Death Blossom with the bubble from Zarya coming up from SodiPop. This will give SodiPop the point. So they've got 72%. They've got a bit of ground to cover right now, but Cloud9, they need to get one more of those big onslaughts onto SodiPop. Yeah, they're immediately forcing back to the ground and starts pulling everyone into that staircase. Can't Know Me flying. Grim Reality with a Deadeye in the back, looking for some kills, but the Transcendence topping them all off. Nomi and Hype still on the point, though. Surefour in the back on that May with a lot of sustainability. Does end up finding the Reaper. Agility is trying to pick him off. The self-destruct goes in and doesn't find the kills it's looking for. And unfortunately, Zarya did end up being thrown off the map there on the side of SodiPop, but they're still holding on. 83% picked up. Can they get it back in their favor? The Blizzard coming up for Surefour. We're going to see them try to get over the wall. Jared gets pulled in at the last second, but no, the damage isn't available to pick him off, and SodiPop holds on.
I can't believe that was such a good push coming out from SodiPop exactly when they needed it. One last push here coming out from C9. However, they are staggered, so it's going to be so hard for them to be able to get this point.
Okay, the sound barrier being casted for SodiPop. It's 99-99. If C9 does not contest this overtime, this map will go to SodiPop. But at the last moment, Adam jumps on in on that Zenyatta. Grego following the Death Blossom. It's just too much damage. I don't know if C9 can get back in here. And the first round here goes to SodiPop.
Wow, that is just so impressive. Again, the combination of McCree, the combination of Reaper, the damage is just so great. That's really all you need when it comes to offense, and I think we're going to just continue to see that. But it's just the way that these guys are actually playing these heroes. They're just in such great position, and they're just so aggressive when it comes back to taking control points. I don't think I've ever seen such back and forth. You know, we definitely haven't seen it today, but when it comes to just retaking the points, I think the point was taken maybe 6 or 7 different times.
Right, yeah, just flip-flopping like a pancake. So C9, they came out with some crazy strats. They showed, you know, a lot of promise with the May, but we saw such good adaptation out of SodiPop, realizing the crutch of it. I mean, we remember that Blizzard that did nothing?
Yeah.
That's because SodiPop just skirted the edge. They knew the Blizzard wouldn't be able to reach since May was on that ledge. She can't jump over that ledge. If she has a speed boost from Lucio, sure, she can do whatever she wants, but not in that situation. Just really, really good adaptation from them. And they're coming out hot with the bet, diving on in on the side of C9, trying to set themselves up early here for the second round. And, you know, pretty good start, but it's going to be pretty back and forth. Surefour gets the bubble at the last moment, has built up a lot of meter already, 72% for that pulse bomb, and C9 with that pressure will be controlling the point first.
Yeah, Surefour on that Tracer. Tracer really good on this map, especially when you're executing such nice flanks like Surefour was. Should be able to get that pulse bomb here pretty shortly, which should get the advantage when you look at the other bars on the side of SodiPop, only, you know, around 70%. So pretty fast coming out from the side of Cloud9. And again, this is what they're really strong at. However, we did see SodiPop with the fantastic takebacks before, so let's see what their strategy is here.
Yeah, they almost have a Graviton Surge for Hyped, and that'll give them a good power for the engage. They're going for the flank into this top portion, looking to set themselves up with the high ground. That's just a great way to get on. And their agility is going in hard, actually feigns on the right side and going back towards Surefour. But Surefour does have that recall getting out of there. We do see the sound barrier being cast here by Grego to keep Cloud9 nice and healthy. And the bet who doesn't quite have that Primal Rage yet with the orb from Zenyatta is just, he feels invincible. That monkey just does not go down.
Yeah, it looks really good for Cloud9 fans because of the fact that they do have ultimates on their side. That's 4 now, so only 2 on the side of SodiPop. They should be able to get some more when they charge here, so they're gonna have to slow this push down a little bit until everybody gets to 100%, and then decide exactly who they want to make the priority target. So definitely got to focus on getting Grego out of the game because of the fact that he's gonna be able to heal everybody. Is just so annoying. So let's see. Here it goes.
All right, the sound barrier to engage. Grim Reality does have a Deadeye. He's going to look for that moment, but of course has to be worried about that Diva with the defense matrix. We do see a nice self-destruct flying on in. Can it pick up the kills it wants? Doesn't look like it. And the Transcendence of SodiPop going to be enough to top them all off as they are pushing Cloud9 back.
Yeah, that was their one push. They did exactly what we were talking about, just slowing down, using their ultimates, and just, you know, pretty much flawless execution. Here goes the Deadeye. That one's not going to hit anyone, I believe. So, you know, when it comes to Cloud9, they don't have to really worry too much. They did get 87%, which we've been saying the average has been about 50% recently. So they have a couple pushes here until this one can be tied back up.
Flashbang gets whiffed from the Zarya Bubble, and Zarya Bubble on Winston, actually giving her tons of power. And then we see the ground switch coming out here for Cloud9, picking up 2, 3, 4 kills. This is going to quickly flip back and over to C9.
Yeah, like I was saying, nothing to worry about. They technically had the advantages anyway. SodiPop had to expend so much just to retake that point that Cloud9 knew that, and that's what they've been doing, you know, so well, is just retaking these points. So looks like Agility is going to try to contest here. There goes the sound barrier. He's trying to buy time for the rest of his teammates, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, luckily he played safe, didn't end up taking a lot of damage there. Backed away. Adam in the back, self-destruct coming in here. But it's just going to force a few people back. We do see Hype just kind of going to town, picking up a double kill. Grim Reality gets one for himself, but Adam popping that Transcendence a little bit late. They've gotten to the overtime, but I think SodiPop has broken C9 here.
Yeah, I didn't think that they were going to be able to overcome that, so just a really nice job from Agilities. And now he has his Death Blossom available and picks up 2 kills at the same time, and every time you look at the kill feed, it's just Agilities, Grim Reality constantly stepping it up when they need to. But overall, you know, this Death Blossom available should have a pretty big advantage going into this fight, depending on how they play this one, because you don't have anything to really stop that. You don't have the Transcendence, you don't have the Sound Barrier coming out, you only have the Primal Rage and the Pulse Bomb. So if your Agilities, definitely, you know, your mouth's watering a little bit, just waiting for everybody to kind of flood into this capture point.
All right, C9 looking for the flank on the side. The bet's going in hard. They force out a very early Transcendence. Once again, we do see that we do have Agilities with the Death Blossom, but he goes down way too early in this fight, unable to use that. And C9 still with everyone alive, trying to keep the fight going. Hype is pretty darn low on that. Zarya does end up falling. The sound barrier being cast here on the side of SodiPop, just trying to stay alive. And that Graviton Surge, although it doesn't connect anyone, it does buy them a lot of space. But as we say that, oh my goodness, the Death Blossom comes in, but they do have a beautiful flashbang, but it's not quite enough to stop the damage coming out from Agilities.
And C9 is only going to have one more push, and I thought that Agilities may have choked a little bit by dying so fast to Surefour. However, his team was able to get his back, and Agilities like, I didn't choke, bro. I just was timing it perfectly. It was all calculated, so hats off to him, putting in some serious work on that Reaper.
No ultimates for C9. They're just engaging because they don't have a choice. 97%. It's going into overtime here with this very last fight. Now, Debet's going in towards the back. Grim Reality is down. That is a very important kill for Cloud9, but Cloud9 just lost Debet as a result. We do see Surefour now has a Pulse Bomb available, looking for the kill. Gets Nomi in the back, and this is it. C9 should be able to take the round.
Surefour just really opening it up, just being so annoying on that Tracer, and now it is all tied up. As you were saying, Reaver also picking up some kills at the end. So just got to say, Surefour did a fantastic job of flanking and just being a nuisance when he needed to be. And that's exactly what you want to see from Tracer.
Wow, what a series so far. I mean, 1-1 overtime at the end. I mean, very, very close. Surefour coming out clutch with that Tracer. You know, I like the Mei. It's cool, but his Tracer's pretty legendary.
Yeah, it really is. And that's what you want to see from these guys, is just the people that have put so many hours into this game and really specialize in this one hero. It's just great to see them playing at such a high level. It's just so entertaining. But I can't really say enough about Grim Reality as well and Agilities, but it looks like Agility is going to switch over from that Genji back over to the Reaper too. So again, very, very even team comps.
I was a little afraid he was going to go forward with the Genji because I think the Reaper has been rather clutch for SodiPop. And look at Surefour just going around the back, throwing a ton of damage in towards Hype, and Hype goes down almost immediately in that fight. Grim Reality, one to follow. C9 coming out hot in this third round, looking to take out Nomi next on the menu. And he is very low, getting his shield up once more, but it doesn't matter. Surefour is happy to just blink on behind. No fear whatsoever of agilities on that Reaper. And yes, C9 will happily grab the point first.
And the pulse bomb's already available for Surefour.
Oh, no.
Just such good synergy coming out from Kai and Surefour. You know, Kai on that Zarya just putting the bubble, Tracer just running in, being a nuisance. You know, you want to shoot her, but you don't realize that the bubble's on her at the same time. Next thing you know, she's already flashing back out and is still full shield. So really love the synergy. Let's see what SodiPop can do here on this push.
Okay, Reaver just kind of wailing him out one after another, but we do see Nomi fly in with the big damage and take him out quickly. So no more McCree on the side of C9. Surefour died early in that fight as well, so for the most part, they lost their damage. This is looking like a point for SodiPop, but C9's doing their best to hold on here. Very far away from that Graviton Surge on the side of Hype, which is the big control ult that they have, but the sound barrier buys them the shields they need, but C9 bites back. It's just Surefour is so quick on the Tracer, gets back in there before the fight can even go the way. And we actually do see that strategic jump off the map of Hype just to get back with his team on the Zarya.
It was looking good for SodiPop for a while. I mean, they had a really nicely timed sound barrier. However, everyone on Cloud9 just repositioned, waited it out, and like you were saying, Surefour just being, you know, a force to be reckoned with. 4 ults available now for C9, you know, and they're already at 60%.
Yeah, not too far away from the ultimates on the side of SodiPop, but they've got to find that window. So they've been waiting for them. The C9 popping that sound barrier immediately in. The pulse bomb going in, picking up a double kill for Surefour. He is on fire this match. Reaper waiting around the corner. Agility's trying to get a kill, but he's going to have to Wraith walk to safety, and they're running out of time. 80% for C9 already.
Yeah, it's, you know, a good opportunity though with 3 ultimates available. Now it's going to be almost 5 ultimates available, so this is their chance. Really nice Graviton Surge coming out. Looks like Agilities is going to make his way over towards the point from behind though.
Yeah, I mean, everyone just kind of turning around. Maybe Agilities can slip in there, but I don't know if it even matters. Hype's going to fall on Zarya any moment from now. A desperate Graviton Surge, but Grim Reality picks up a few kills there, but before he can get the point, it's going to be Reaver taking him out.
Wow. That was, we thought that Grim Reality possibly was going to do it. I was really hoping to see him wipe everybody, but they shut him down. Also, just a really nice job of shutting down that Death Blossom at the same time. That Graviton Surge was so well timed because, like I was saying, everybody's ultimate was coming available for the side of SodiPop. So they had 5 out of 6, almost 6 out of 6 ultimates available. So Kai doing serious work, really nice placement there, and just really well timed.
Yeah, and suddenly, you know, after a few close games, C9 looked a little bit more clean in that SodiPop. Can they bring us to a game 5? We'll find out. They're not making any real swaps to their composition, sticking with that Reaper as it's been working out nicely. And, well, no more Tracer on this map, though. We ended up seeing Surefour on Mei in the very first round. And since then, he's been playing Tracer, but now Surefour going over to the Reaper.
Yeah, not surprised, but you know, McCree, Reaper, very strong here. You know, Surefour obviously, you know, wanted to play the Mei, but they lost that initial round.
Hype.
So
good night, sweet Hype. Surefour with the speed, which is penetrating the enemy lines, picks up agilities as well. The double kill just on fire so far. Grim Reality incredibly low, should end up falling to Winston in the back, and even a Grim Reality and Hype can end up going down also. C9 cleanly opening up this game.
that was just a fantastic start for them. And again, I can't say it enough that they're just so aggressive when it comes to these points. But we did see it before. SodiPop was able to break this one. So, you know, agility's going down is not going to help that. Surefour again on this Reaper, just being a force to be reckoned with. And it's so hard to get through this checkpoint. Got to just wait for everybody to push through. Maybe wait for that sound barrier to come up and then just try to make your push out.
Yeah, agility has actually died so fast that Surefour he couldn't even hit that shift button. But we do see a beautiful flashbang stopping the Death Blossom of Surefour, and this is going to give some good push potential on the side of SodiPop. So SodiPop, they gotta move now. When they have the hero advantage, Surefour will be back so very quickly, and they do get Kai, but the Graviton Surge gets cast before that can get the value. Oh, the poop actually pushes Grim Reality out of the way, but Grego ends up getting hit by the Deadeye himself. So a good sacrifice on his end. Liquid, and it looks like SodiPop is trying to get on the point. They're building up the meter, but now being pushed back. Tibet contesting to the best of his ability. Not going to be enough. SodiPop has claimed the checkpoint.
Such a strong push coming out from SodiPop. The defense was looking really good from Cloud9. I thought Cloud9 played that pretty well. It's just that everything was countered just at the right time. The sound barrier was just a little bit later. The transcendence was just timed a little bit better, and that's why they were able to walk away with that point.
Okay, well, C9, they're going around the high ground, going to the flank just like the start of the game. Just seems to be their path of choice, realizing that the bridge isn't all that safe. And this puts everyone on the side of SodiPop into an awkward position, forcing out a very early Primal Rage from Nomi. The Graviton Surge is pulling them all in, but it's an awkward spot where they're against the wall and they can't capitalize on it. This is going to give C9 the advantage. Jarrett is all by himself. He does go down, and now with the last few members of SodiPop on the bridge, will fall slowly but surely. C9 taking it back, holding that lead.
Yeah, I don't think SodiPop was necessarily ready, and Cloud9 just ended up charging right out there. So I didn't see exactly what happened with that Graviton Surge, but I believe that someone, Nomi came in with the Primal Rage, and I think he got flashbanged by Reaver and taken out. So that was a huge kill, because that would potentially have been 2 or 3 kills going in the favor of SodiPop. So nice job by Reaver on that McCree.
But Nomi getting a quick kill on Grego, following up, getting Adam as well, and the sound barrier has been cast, so SodiPop is bringing in the pressure. We do see the Bet alone in that little room, popping the Primal Rage, just trying to knock people down into the nether, but Nomi is going to be the one jumping away, looking to put some pressure on the backline. SodiPop manages to force them all back, reclaim the point after a short while. It's close, 87 to 44%.
SodiPop knowing that this is it, they have to fight, they have to take this point. That was pretty much their last push, and this is also their last line of defense. So if they can just spread out here and force C9 to come into the point, they should be able to have a pretty nice advantage. They have 2 ults available, however, C9, 4 out of 6 available and counting.
Yeah, I mean, Sure4 is being very patient right now, just kind of waiting for that moment. He knows that Death Blossom can just straight up win the game. So they're going for the flank, a massive Graviton Surge pulling them in. The Death Blossom being waited for because of that Transcendence, but now that it's expiring, here comes the Death Blossom. Not even using it, the confidence of Sure4 as he dismantles SodiPop.
Yeah, Reaver and Sure4, I can't say it enough. Just constantly when you look at the kill feed, they got 4 out of the 5 kills that they needed at that point, and they should be able to take this point. One last push coming out. I don't know if SodiPop's going to be able to make it there in time. Desperation setting in.
Alrighty, well, Grim Reality gets in there, but it goes down very quickly. The sound barrier up C9 with the Death Blossom coming through, and Cloud9 will take the map.
Cloud9 just too strong. Got to give, SodiPop some credit where it's due. They did put up a really good fight, just constant back and forth when it came to those points. Let's see what the play of the match was.
Play of the match.
Ooh, hyped. A nice G-Surge.
Flexing.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a nice Graviton Surge. As he wiggles around violently in that point, just trying to zap the ape. But GG's Cloud9. A 2-0 victory here in the winners round 2. We'll be moving on to tomorrow's games, sitting in the qualification match. They'll be playing a best of 5 versus the winner of Selfless and One Shot tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, and keep in mind, whoever ends up winning that match will end up qualified. So, definitely really nice performance coming out from Cloud9. I got to say, SodiPop also impressed, overall. I think that they really shined, and they don't have to be there's no worry, there's no concern for them, because again, this is double elimination. They will go down to the lower bracket here and face off against another team. But I'm curious to see who that team's going to be. So let me take a look at the bracket really quickly.
Yeah, I know Clutch is waiting because they had their auto advance, and then we had SodiPop versus Clutch, and then Liquid did advance over Elevate. So they will be facing either Selfless or One Shot, whoever falls in that match.
Yeah, curious to see how that one's going to go. I would definitely say, based on what we've seen today, SodiPop versus Clutch. SodiPop was definitely looking, I think, a little bit stronger than Clutch. So Clutch, I would say, a little bit of an underdog going into there. And keep in mind, if, potentially another matchup that we saw, maybe Liquid going up against SodiPop, just like we saw in that first round. So curious to see how this one is going to pan up. Keep in mind, we do have one more match coming up.
Yeah, guys, we're going to set up for Selfless versus One Shot, our final match of the evening. So stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.